What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite internet cooking show, Smell What Coop is Cooking. I'm your host, Coop. Check this out. On today's episode, we're going on location because I'm hooking up smoked St. Louis style ribs. Full recipes in the description. Let's go. All right, you guys, we are here on location at my brother-in-law's house, getting ready to watch some wrestling. He had a bunch of racks of ribs he wanted to throw on the smoker, so you know I had to bring over my barbecue ingredients and get to work. We got 5 racks of St. Louis style ribs here. I've already peeled the membrane off the back, lathered it in mustard, and hit it with Coop's super fire, super delicious, and not so secret barbecue rub. Let's throw these things inside the Traeger. We got it set at 190 degrees. Let's just arrange all these bone side down onto our racks. And once we have all of our ribs arranged in our rack evenly, let's go ahead and close the lid and let this bad boy smoke for about 2 hours. About an hour into the cook, I'm gonna start spraying these ribs down with a mixture of apple cider vinegar and orange juice. Let's go ahead and spray these ribs down to help keep them moist. Now I'm gonna close the lid and let it go for its second hour. And after 2 hours have passed, these ribs are already looking good, but they're not finished yet, you guys. Let's pull these off the rack and get started with the next phase of preparation. Got the ribs off the smoker, let's get ready to wrap these bad boys. So on some foil, I'm throwing down some brown sugar, little bit of that apple cider vinegar. Go ahead and lay that rib down on top. Go ahead and sprinkle some more of that super fire rub on top of those ribs. And last but not least, I'm gonna drizzle this bad boy with some of Coop's super fire, super delicious fermented garlic and jalapeno honey. I'll leave a link in the video for you guys to go check that recipe out. Now let's seal these bad boys up fully in all of that foil. Now we're gonna go ahead and repeat the process for the rest of these racks of ribs. This is gonna help add some more moisture and flavor into these ribs and help get them nice and tender. Once all the ribs have been wrapped, let's go ahead and throw them back on the smoker and let them cook for an additional hour. And once that hour passes, we can go ahead and unwrap these ribs from the foil. As you can see, they've got some moisture that's been reconstituted back inside those ribs. Before we finish these bad boys off, let's go ahead and hit each one of them with some of Coop's, say it with me guys, super fire, super delicious homemade barbecue sauce. I'll leave a link for that recipe video as well. And once we got all these ribs lathered in barbecue sauce, let's go ahead and throw them back on the smoker for an additional 30 to 45 minutes or until you start to get a nice bark on those ribs from the barbecue sauce. All right, about half an hour has passed, maybe a little bit more than that. That barbecue sauce has started to crust over all of our ribs. I would say these bad boys are about done. Let's go ahead and pull them off the rack. Let them rest for about 20 or 30 minutes before we slice into them. Pulling these bad boys off the rack, as you can already tell, these ribs are gonna be fire. Meat's already falling off the bone. Yet another recipe I cannot wait to try. Smell What Coop is Cooking is truly an international cooking show with people watching all the way from the UK, India, United States, and everywhere in between. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these hot episodes. And after about 30 minutes, these bad boys have rested nicely. Let's go ahead and start slicing these bad boys up. But before I do, let me go ahead and break open one of these saucy, sticky ribs for you guys to see the inside. We got some good smoke flavor on these ribs. They're nice and tender. Not so tender where they fall off the bone and they're just melting all over the place. You're gonna get a nice bite out of each one of these St. Louis style ribs. Let's go ahead and get this week's scoop for Coop. And Coop, you've done it again. Because these ribs were straight bangers.
Banger after banger after banger.
Needless to say, these ribs didn't last too long at the function. If you're looking for a good rib recipe, you're definitely going to want to try this one out. Thank you guys for rocking with your boy for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Appreciate the love and support from all of my loyal followers out there. Do me a favor, just keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and keep on letting everybody know you found this hot recipe on Smell What Coop is Cooking. I'm out. There you have it, folks. Coop's super fire, super delicious St. Louis style ribs. Hit these with Coop's homemade barbecue sauce, homemade rub, and homemade hot honey. Can't go wrong with this recipe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check you guys next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. But until then, don't forget to like my ish, share with a friend or foe you already know, and for any special business inquiries,
investors, possibly you,
hit your boy up at smellwhatcoopiscooking@gmail.com, and we'll catch you guys right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking.